2, 3 people in the company. I let them in and made them my inner circle. They started taking me for granted. I have trust issues. I'm now absolutely friendless because I'm scared now.
Meet Parul Gulati, actress and the visionary behind rapidly growing hair extension brand. On this episode, Mitesh and Indu Khatri guide Parul beyond the pain of betrayal, uncovering the deeper emotional patterns shaping her relationships, her business, and ultimately her reality.
There are two parts which I'm able to identify with you. One is the emotion side of it. One is the...
I am setting the wrong expectations. How do I stop that?
In relationships, there are categories, and family is one category. Friends is one category. Office is another category. Then there are...
Your emotions take over you, or somebody's done something so much for you. What is the moment to stop yourself?
I'm sure you've heard of the yin energy and the yang energy, the feminine energy and the masculine energy. Which energy do you think is dominant in you?
To be honest, I've never identified.
Think of yin as typical women. Sensitive, family-oriented, sacrifice.
My only representation has been my mother.
Describe her.
She's the most giving person. She's the best woman, I know.
What's your relationship with that?
I've not had a great relationship with him.
There's a reason you can't be insensitive. Because he was insensitive. He wasn't there enough for you. And you wouldn't want to be like him. But the fact is you are like him as well.
To be like him, that'll take time.
Time is relative. 5 minutes is also time and 5 years is also time.
I want the sooner one.
I'll do something with you right now which will make that 5 years convert into 5 minutes. Open to it? Okay. Today, you are meeting on Manifest with IMK, a celebrity who is well known for her entrepreneurship quality. And the best part is she's the first woman celebrity on our Manifestation IMK show today. Her name is Parul Gulati, someone who was very famously known as the best entrepreneur who got picked up in Shark Tank. She got the exact offer she went for on Shark Tank. And the best part is she expanded that business for the investor and for herself. And yet, in spite of all this business that she's been able to develop, goes through emotions of fear. The conversation started with only about fear of friends, but went on to something amazing about her father. The conversation from there went on to something amazing about some of her limiting beliefs that could have blocked her from becoming a millionaire to a billionaire. But now she is ready. She's ready to accept her father the way he is. She is ready to be part of those qualities that she had disowned in herself. And now she's ready to be a billionaire, because many times we need to feel like a billionaire first before we become one. That's the lesson Parul took away today. And I am 100% sure that we're going to meet her very soon with all her goals achieved as another episode. Share this video with more and more women who you know have similar aspirations and dreams, but similar problems like Parul. And remember to take a notepad and a pen so that you could write down, knowing I'm not just coaching Parul, imagine I'm coaching you. I look forward to your comments. And if you're a lady right now watching this, I'm telling you, it's time for women to be the next billionaires in our country. Not just Parul, you can do it too. How? Let's find out. Let's get ready. Tell us, what would you like to start as an outcome for this coaching?
Outcome I want is that I've tried to make friends at workplace because I don't have a life outside of work. And I also think कि नहीं मैं time waste कर दूंगी if I go outside of my work. So that's when I start making friends in the workplace, and then that doesn't work out. So then I have issues, trust issues, who I can trust, who I can talk to. And then I'm now absolutely friendless because I'm scared to make friends at workplace. And outside I have no time.
Give me an example of that.
As in...
An experience where you probably made a friend, something went wrong, and now you're like, I'm not sure whether I can make friends at work.
So I started Niche Hair 9 years ago. So I think 2-3 years first I had time, so I had friends outside also. But then when the grind became real, I started looking for 2-3 people in the company, in the system, who I would share everything with.
Makes sense.
Talk to, whether it's my dating experience, whether it's my going out experience, whether it's my breakup, my loss in business, how much sales I did, to numbers, to everything. And that's when the person, that lines got merged, that we are working with each other. And at the end of the day, I was the boss. So then I think when it came to them asking for holidays, sometimes I would say yes, but at the same time, it was pinching me because the business was suffering. Also, I was like, oh, my friend would be away too, kind of a thing. And over the period, it became that they started taking me for granted, and I merged the lines so much that I was also scared to tell them anything, or danto them, or tell them do the work because I'll be scared because they are a friend. And then, like this, I had a lot of sour experiences, and especially when if I shared the sales, how much I did, I think somewhere it came that we are also working as hard as her. Why is she doing so much and we aren't? Um, and then there's no even justification because I let them into my life and made them my inner circle. And when they left, and it happened multiple times, then I realized, okay, now I will choose what I speak with people around me. And I also I don't want to become close friends with them because I'm scared now. And it's happened more than 4, 5 times now.
Okay, so as an outcome, let's say the conversation today is complete. We've completed an hour of coaching. What would you love the outcome to be?
That I could have healthy relationships. I can understand that this is just work friendship and not more. And I probably learn. I may have few answers, but I think if a coach would tell me, I'll have a better understanding and I'll be able to implement it better. Since you've coached so many people in our country and outside our country, I think I'll really value what you would tell me.
Let's say one is, as you define, the outcome is that you'll be able to have much more healthy relationships with people as friends and maybe maintain that balance. I'll give you one more result that I think can also be valuable to you as an outcome, is that emotionally you will not feel scared anymore to make friends. I think it's not just important to have that healthy, but also to not have those negative emotions anymore. And if we are talking about not having that fear, then we are also talking about the opposite, which is what emotion to feel, right? Because one aspect is to not feel something, but another aspect is to feel something. It's usually difficult to stop feeling something, but it's very easy to start feeling something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So instead of the big thing on how do I stop feeling scared to have relationships, I think what's more important is how do I start feeling more comfortable to have relationships? And how do I feel like I can trust more and have more successful relationship experiences rather than failure? Inside and outside. So not just that I could make friends only inside or only outside, but anywhere. And if you could feel comfortable with that,
Yeah.
and inside have a different quality of friendship, and outside the circle have a different quality of relationship, and both are friends. And at both places, if you could feel comfortable, would that be a good outcome?
It would be, but right now it seems so difficult. Like I've been imagining it because it's very difficult when you are at a certain stage in your life where you feel very difficult to relate with people. And the ones you relate with, then I'm scared to mm, deep dive with those friendships.
Sure. So anything that is difficult is obviously right now because you don't know how to do that.
I agree.
It's like somebody comes to you and says, oh my God, you're such a big entrepreneur. It's very difficult to do this.
So how do I practice this? Tell me, like
Let's
break it down for me.
I'll break it down for you. So first, there are two parts here actually, which I'm able to identify with you. One is the emotion side of it. One is the strategy side of it.
Hmm.
The strategy is actually easier. The emotion is more important, right? So for an example, you said, when I cross lines and I invite people into the inner circle and then they take me for granted, I feel hurt, right? As an example of a emotional experience.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's not the only time that you get hurt. You'll observe that that's not the only time that you feel taken for granted. I want you to go back a little few years before your business in your memory and check, did you feel taken for granted in your relationships before that sometime? May not be similar cases, obviously, because that's the time the business was not there. But did you feel similar emotions before with different conditions in life?
I'm thinking. I think with friendships, it still happened. I was always trying to again, in my therapy, I figured out while I was doing therapy that I would try to collect people by, like, if I always wanted friends. I've never had very close friends. So, in order to retain those people, I would just buy gifts for them, do something special for them. And then when I actually, or maybe because I think I had expectations. Now I have realistic expectations. I don't have crazy, but I was like, if I'm doing this, then these girlfriends of mine should also just give me time, if nothing. Right? I was not expecting what I was doing. And back then, at the age of 20, what gifts can you give also, right? So, whatever little I could do, yeah, I went completely out of my way.
And what did you feel then?
I think I did feel not the similar reciprocation from them. Yeah.
Right. So, if you observe lack of reciprocation then,
Yeah.
and you went out of your way now,
Yeah.
and then people leave you, and lack of reciprocation now.
Yes. Kind of. Yeah.
Right? So, what do you see here? Situations are different, but the way you felt is the same. So, why would that be that my situations are different, but I'm feeling the same?
My actions have still changed. My expectations have also changed. I feel that way maybe because I don't know. I'm unable to see it. Probably you're able to see it from outside.
Interestingly, all emotions are habits.
All
Emotions are habits.
habits. Okay.
All emotions are patterns.
Okay.
So, for you, the feeling of being hurt and someone not reciprocating when you go out of your way is a pattern for you. In your relationships, you'll always go out of your way.
But now I don't actually. I do stop myself. I also try to analyze it and see it.
Another pattern here is mismatching of expectations. So, in relationships, there are categories in life, right? So, imagine personal life, family is one category, friends is one category, office is another category. Then there are acquaintances, that's a fourth category, right? Each category has its own ready made expectations. The problem happens when we take the category of people from one category and mix match them. Like, for an example, I'll give you my example. Many years ago, I had a friend who I treated as my best friend. He expected me to treat him as my brother. So one day he came home and something I did not match his expectations as a brother. And he thought, I thought you'll treat me like your brother. I thought I'm like your family. And later I realized that I had set the wrong expectations with him.
So yeah, I am setting the wrong expectations. How do I stop that?
Yes. By first realizing that what's the category where and not crossing that category. For an example, not treating a brother like a friend and not treating a friend like a brother is the first important choice.
Okay.
It feels cold to say that, but the fact is my brother is actually my closer one and my friend is actually my outside one. But many times people start treating the brother like the friend and call him once in a while and start calling the friend like a brother and call him every day. So the first thing as a pattern that you would want to correct in yourself is simple. Do I see the category in which people are and am I only setting expectations as per that category, not above and below?
But who'll tell me that? Sometimes, your emotions take over you or somebody's done something so much for you. In that moment, what is the moment to realize or stop yourself?
So this is a very important conversation between something I'm sure you've heard of called the yin energy and the yang energy. Right? The feminine energy and the masculine energy.
Yeah.
Which energy do you think is dominant in you? The good thing is, by the way, I want to tell you, very few people I've seen having a good balance. You're one of those few people who've got a good balance. That's amazing. But which energy do you think between both is more dominant in you?
Oh, to be honest, I've never identified. I never identified.
So let me clarify what is the yin qualities and what are the yang qualities. Think of yin as typical women. So I'll give you qualities which are sensitive, family-oriented, sacrifice, right? Always going out of the way, vulnerable, open, and emotional.
Yin. I can say that. I don't even want to hear. Yes, I can.
The yang energy is more practical, selfish, aggressive, knows when to say no, knows to create boundaries.
I am aggressive. I don't know anything else other than
That's
that.
why I said you've got some balance, because of which you've got some yang qualities. Obviously, that's why you're successful professionally. When people are successful in their personal life, their yin qualities are developed. When people are successful in their professional life, their yang qualities are developed. When people are suffering in both, that's when both their qualities are suppressed. Now you're decently successful in both areas of life. That's what I meant by you've got good qualities both areas, but which quality do you think is more dominant? Dominant as in default in you.
Yin.
The yin quality.
Yeah.
Now, the yin quality in you will always justify to you why it is important to be emotional here than practical.
Hmm.
So, as far as you don't activate the yang energy, you'll always have a reason to be emotional and go out of your way. But when something becomes your dominant energy, you get the advantage and disadvantage both. Now, in this case, you are getting the advantage. How? Make a guess. You're in the feminine business.
Yes.
If you were not feminine in the way you present yourself, in the way you relate to women, right? You've got that girly look. And if you didn't have that delicacy in you, women wouldn't be able to connect with you.
And I'm all women team mainly.
Exactly. So that's your advantage. So I wouldn't say I want to suppress that yin energy. That advantage is there. The disadvantage is happening not because of the yin energy existence. The disadvantage is because of some imbalance in yang.
Lack of yang energy. Okay.
So if I want to give you easy comfort in your relationships, all you have to do is activate your yang energy. So for an example, I'll tell you some qualities which generally you would say, I'm not that. Okay? Say it with me, I'm selfish. See that?
It doesn't, because this is like, you've told us that being selfish is wrong, lying is wrong, cheating is wrong.
Okay. Say it with me, I'm insensitive.
I'm not.
Not able to say it, right?
No.
Right? But when we talk about business, when we talk about relationships, is it important to be only the mother or also the father?
I think both. Balance of both. So
As an entrepreneur, when we don't know how to be the mother and the father both for the business,
we hire right people. I need COO.
Yeah. But then eventually you'll keep getting disadvantages of not activating the yang quality.
So I have to be a dude now.
That what belongs to me belongs to you. That we are equal partners in this. In your heart, you know that's not true. But you're not insensitive enough to say that, or you're not practical enough to say that.
But maybe in that project, I feel they have given their enough. For that particular day, I'm counting it as each day, right? I'm not living in the past or in future. I'm living in the present. But in this present, if you are giving me your time, I think you deserve best of me, my everything.
Geez, that yin.
Yin.
See, the yin energy is very in the moment.
Yeah.
Not planning the future, that what I say today, what repercussion is it going to have on our relationship tomorrow? You're not playing chess, right?
Yeah.
You're playing checkers. It's like now. It's like black and white now.
Yeah.
But that's not business. Business is also intelligence. It's about what happened yesterday, what is going to happen today, and what's going to happen tomorrow because of my today.
I'm also very scared because I'm a public person. They can say anything, and maybe I did allow them to be this close to me that they went out and saying something and being a public person. That also scares me.
I want you to think of exactly this example right now. And I don't want you to tell me the name, but think of a person with whom you have this feeling that if I get too aggressive with him or her, they may go out and talk about me. Exactly what you said right now. Okay. And as you're thinking of it, just keep your hands on your heart.
Okay.
And I want you to repeat something very openly with me. Like keep an open mind about it and just say it with me. Okay. Say, I'm practical where I need to be.
I'm practical when I need to be.
I'm sensitive when I need to be.
I'm sensitive when I need to be.
I have both.
I have both.
I'm willing to activate both.
I'm willing to activate both.
I am sensitive.
I am sensitive.
I'm also insensitive where I need to be.
I'm also insensitive where I need to be.
I am sacrificing.
I am sacrificing.
And emotional.
And emotional.
I'm also selfish where I need to be.
I'm also selfish where I need to be.
Now this is owning both.
Okay.
Okay, now just go back to that memory for a second.
Hmm.
And in that memory now, imagine that person went out of their way and spoiled your name or took a video and took a photo and as a celebrity defamed you. I just want you to say, I'm insensitive enough.
I'm insensitive enough
That also.
to learn to ignore that also. Right now, I'm in the learning. But okay, we'll say it like we are manifesting this right now. Yeah.
So now when you're willing to be practical and emotional, you've got the qualities of both sides. Right? In manifestation, one of the mistakes people make is they will only use affirmations without balancing this energy of yin and the yang.
Because my only representation has been my mother.
Correct.
Right? So
Describe her.
she's the most amazing woman. It makes me emotional talking about her. She's the most giving person. Oh God, I'm crying. I can't believe it. She's the most giving person. She is the reason why where I am. She's the best woman I know.
She's the typical yin, powerful woman.
Yes.
And you got that from her. What's your relationship with dad?
With my dad, I don't have any relationship right now.
What's your biggest complaint with him?
Can we take a minute?
Yeah, take your time.
I didn't think I'll start crying.
No, that's all right. Take your time.
Okay, I don't want to speak about my dad because I've not had a great relationship with him.
Which is okay. I just want to know what's the biggest complaint you have with him.
Him not being there for us.
Him not being there for you, right? Anything else? How do you describe him? Anything you remember him as a personality?
I don't have any memory of him. He never would spend time with us. I don't have any memory. I mean, I'm not saying he was not good, not bad. I think he was in a world which was separate from ours.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So here's something important. The lack of yang energy, which you're talking about, comes because of the lack of yang personalization that usually would have come with that. There are two kinds of women in this world. One, who are crazy pampered by their dads. And the second, who haven't got that from their dad. Now, the women who get crazy pampering from their father and the ones who don't get any from their father, when they attract a partner, guess what are they expecting?
Same daddy issues.
Everything I didn't get here, I want here.
Mm-hmm.
And then all that expectation comes all this from me.
Oh, but I learned that. So then my partner part, I learned that the hard way. So there I'm good, I think, now. I don't think I have those. I'm not carrying that baggage with me anymore.
I'm not saying baggage in like an issue. I'm just saying there's an expectation to be pampered that way.
I don't have any complaints. I don't have any angst against. Also, I'm not looking for that. I think I'm so much in love with myself. I'm so enough in me that I'm not seeking that from outside, from anybody at this moment.
Quality that I'm talking about is, you said he's not there enough or he wasn't there enough, right? When I asked you what's the biggest complaint. The qualities which you have disowned in you are the qualities in yang energy. So when I say the word disown, what does it mean? I am not that. I cannot be that. There's a reason you can't be insensitive.
Yeah.
Because he was insensitive. He wasn't there enough for you. And you wouldn't want to be like him. Right? But the fact is, you are like him as well. The more you accept that part of you, that I have the yin and the yang both, only then you'll be able to own that it's okay for me to be insensitive as well as sensitive. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because right now that quality is completely disowned. It's not there in you, it's there. That is why you're successful in your business. It is just at an unconscious level, you're not willing to accept that's also you. And that has something to do with also the relationship there. I can't be like him.
More than I want to become like him, I think it's just, I know how bad it feels. I don't want to be like that to anybody.
Yes. And yet, the important part is to remember that nothing is a curse, everything is a blessing. Somewhere he being who he was made who you are today. That's the fact of life. Because the whole world is a beautiful balance of two things, a mountain and a valley. Like you can't have a valley without a mountain. And in your case, the balance part was dad. And that is why your mom is so amazing, by the way. The universe made sure the love that was missing here got compensating with your mom. That's why you became so strong. But when you say, I wouldn't want to make anybody feel that, that's where you feel that quality is unnecessary. But no emotion in the world is unnecessary. Every emotion is necessary in a certain context. Whatever he did, believe it or not, was necessary for you to become who you are today. I'll give you my example. And this is something, okay, I was not really prepared to share this, but I'll share it with you. My dad is someone who has not really been the father figure that a usual father figure is supposed to.
Mm.
My mother always took care of me. She's the one who financially supported, emotionally supported in every possible way. It was many years later when I was in a conversation like this with my coach, I realized that one of the things I was always angry with my dad was he wasn't there for us. But then he made me realize something which I had never thought of. He said many times we miss something, but we don't realize that if we would have got it,
I wouldn't have been here either. Yeah.
So he made me go back in time and he said, okay, I want you to imagine that a time when you started your business because you wanted to take care of your mom and dad was not taking care of you, stuff, all that. He said, just reverse this condition.
Mm.
That is the ideal dad. He's taking care of you. He would have paid for your school admissions. He would have taken you to college and he would have handheld you and he would have pampered you. I said, then I'd probably be doing a job right now.
Yeah, I think I would have been married if my dad was the most loving father and he took care of me or sent me to the school I wanted to, or in fact prepared for a college. I think I would have just studied and been married in Pitampura, Delhi somewhere. Thank God. Because I think वही range थी, South Delhi तो नहीं हो सकता. घर से आ रही.
It was necessary for me to be disowned in that age.
Yeah.
For me to become who I have become today. And only when I truly realized that, I could say one thing for my dad that I had never said before. What do you think is that?
That you're glad that he was the way he was.
And I'm so proud and I'm so happy with being who I have become today. It would have been impossible without he being who he was.
I agree with you on this, 100%.
And only when I'm willing to accept that part of him can I allow that part of me
to be like him. That'll take time.
Time is relative. 5 minutes is also time and 5 years is also time.
I think I want the sooner one, earlier one.
Yeah. It doesn't have to take 5 years because I'll do something with you right now which will make that 5 years convert into 5 minutes. Open to it? Okay, so keep your hands on your heart again. Close your eyes. First, think of your mom. Think of her smile. And I want you to say, Mom.
Mom. Mummy. I call her Mummy.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
For whatever I need to say sorry for.
Whatever I need to say sorry for.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Not being there enough.
Not being there enough.
Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Thank you for everything you've done for me.
I love you, Mummy.
I love you, Mama.
Now think of your dad. And say, I take 100% responsibility.
I take 100% responsibility.
For everything I felt for you so far.
For everything I've felt for you so far.
Good, bad.
Good, bad.
Positive, negative, everything.
Positive, negative, everything.
I'm sorry, Dad.
I'm sorry, Dad.
For being angry with you.
For being angry with you.
For being you.
For being you.
That was the only way you could be.
Because that could be the only way you could be.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
Not realizing.
For not realizing.
You were trapped in your own emotions.
You were trapped in your own emotions.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
For not realizing.
For not realizing.
You had to be that.
You had to be that.
For me to be this.
For me to be this.
So thank you.
So thank you.
For being insensitive.
For being I don't want to call him insensitive
Go
for
ahead.
being who he was.
Yeah, sure. That's also who he was. Say it. Say thank you.
Thank you
Being insensitive.
for being insensitive,
For not being there for us.
for not being there for us.
Must have been hard for you too.
Must have been hard for you too.
Even though I never thought of it that way. Go ahead. Even though
I never thought of it that way.
I want to thank you today
I want to thank you today
for everything you've done and not done for me.
for everything you've done and not done for me.
Because what I became
Because what I became
is not only for what mom did for me,
is not what only mom did for me, but what you did not do for us.
and it's for the first time today,
So for the first time today,
I wish to say,
I wish to say,
I love you the way you are,
I love you the way you are,
the way you were,
the way you were.
and I'm willing to accept
And I'm willing to accept
there's a part of me
there's a part of me
that's just like you.
that's just like you.
After all, I'm born from you.
After all, I'm born from you.
And if you could be a blessing for me today,
And if you could be a blessing for me today,
I could be a blessing for someone else too.
I could be a blessing for someone else tomorrow.
Sometimes
Sometimes,
we need to go through difficulty.
sorry,
We need to go through difficulties
we need to go through
for
difficulties.
someone else
Someone else
to go through an easy life.
go through an easy life.
So thank you for being that villain.
I don't call him villain in
Just
front
go
of
ahead. Just go
everybody.
ahead. Thank you for being the villain.
Thank you for being. I don't want to say that because if he'll see this, it'll hurt him.
No, I don't know. Continue, let's say. Thank you
Thank you
for being who you are.
for being who you are.
For me to be the hero of my life.
For me to be the hero of my life.
I'm now finally willing
And I'm finally willing
to be that part for someone else.
to be that part for someone else.
They could be a hero in their life.
So they could be a hero in their life.
We think villain is bad,
We think villain is bad.
but the bigger the villain,
The bigger the villain,
bigger the journey of the hero.
bigger the journey of the hero.
So thank you.
So thank you.
I love you.
I love you. मम्मी नहीं देखनी चाहिए ये वाला एपिसोड. She would not like to see me cry.
Sure. She wouldn't mind actually.
No, I don't think I want her to see this. She'll go through it.
But tell me how you're feeling.
I think I had the sense of it. Talking about it makes me feel a little free.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You could now finally allow yourself to practice that yang energy because then it would not be so bad all the time. Because nothing is.
I want to.
Just like being sensitive is not good all the time.
That's true.
So then if being sensitive is not good all the time, how could being insensitive be bad all the time? Because the fact is when you're only thinking of being sensitive, you're not letting them grow as well. But when you are willing to be insensitive, where you could be letting them hate you for it, you're letting them grow. Even if that costs a little bit of they hating you. But that happens in any business.
That's true. I think
If you look in your past, the people who taught you the most were the most difficult ones.
that's true. But I could realize that. But for my team member to realize
Yes.
that would take time. And I think if that is my biggest fear, that people are saying things, and what if that goes into some spiral and can affect the business, that I cannot take. I don't think it affects my mental health also as much now. Luckily, I have support of people like you. There are good people around. I have access to good people because where I am in my life now. But just slowing down scares me
Have you ever
also.
thought of this, that when you go for a very important meeting sometimes and you're in a hurry, somehow the same day there's a lot of traffic.
Yes.
Have you realized that?
Yes.
The more you keep saying and feeling, that should not happen.
Okay. So how do I say that that I can be insensitive and still people will
Yeah.
do their work like the work?
But specifically the fear that you said, that what if that happens?
Hmm.
You know what is the best way to deal with that?
Hmm. What's
Keep an open mind and say it with me again and you'll feel the difference after.
okay?
Whether I like it or not,
Whether I like it or not,
it's going to happen one day or another.
it's going to happen one day or another.
I can handle it.
I can handle it.
That's yang energy.
Okay.
You're going to get bigger from here, Parul. You're not getting smaller. And the bigger the size of the business, the easier the target. Whether you like it or not, Elon Musk gets targeted every day.
पर उसका स्टॉक नहीं गिरता ना, उसकी चीजें नहीं गिरती, उसकी गाड़ियां फिर भी लोग चला रहे हैं.
He's gone bankrupt 3 times. You know it, yeah, of course. He was almost broke 3 times. The bigger the person you are, the more people are going to judge you. The problem is not the judgment. The problem is how you feel about the judgment.
That's true.
And the fact is, what is actually more difficult? Handling the stores or the judgments?
Whoa, the
store is more difficult, actually speaking.
Yeah.
And you can already do that. The bigger you get, you know that you're not going to have all 100% stores working. McDonald's doesn't have all 100% stores working. They know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's always going to be 80-20.
Cool. I'll come to terms with this fully.
Because when you say if it has to happen, let it happen, how much mind space is it taking in your subconscious now? Like a real estate?
To be honest, not so much. But because 1 or 2 incidents happened, since then I'm just more cautious of how I channelize a yang energy, to say in your words. That scares me a little, but I think because it's difficult because I don't know it. Once I know it, it won't be difficult. So I'll have to practice it.
Yeah, but practicing starts with you saying, I am as practical as sensitive.
Yes.
I am as insensitive as sensitive. And I'm also selfish where I need to be. So for an example, there are times when you would want to prioritize yourself.
I feel guilty of that.
There you go.
I just can't. I'm like, how? And to be honest, I judge people. And then my business coach says that at a workplace, you can't because it's your business, it's not there. I'm like, I'm 24 घंटे काम कर रही हूँ, they should also. Or at least there are 8 full hours.
So that guilt comes from that lack of yang and yang. But if I was practical enough that, okay, the fact is my employees are going to work like what?
Sorry?
My employees are going to work like what?
Like my team.
Like employees.
I don't even call them that. I'm scared to call them.
The fact is that one of these days, one of them is going to leave. Because they have their own values and they have their own priorities.
I love it when they're going out to grow or something. I think I don't know how to say that, but yeah. But I'm happy when people are growing. I want them to grow, and I'll be very happy to say that, oh wow, they worked at Niche Hair with the Niche Hair and now they are somewhere in life. I mean, I would love it.
Makes sense. But while they're with you, growth is not only about being with you.
Yeah.
Growth is also about probably they treating their life the way their life is. And that's going to happen. And that's you being practical that it's okay. That's called having realistic expectations. But you wouldn't be able to do that if you feel that's not me. I'm just saying, stop saying that's not me, because that is also you. And if you could handle that judgment also, and the fear also, and the spiral also, then what becomes possible for you?
A little time for myself.
Interesting. And what would you do with that time for yourself?
Prioritize myself.
How would that look like?
Right now, it doesn't look very... it'll be chill. It'll be on a sunbed somewhere in Italy. And me slathering sunscreen on me, and I'm just like having a martini.
Okay. And if you did that, and when you came back to work, with the full yin and the yang both, what would that make possible?
Maybe with a fresher energy, and yeah.
That's what, if you'll observe, the yang energy can do. Disconnect as much as connect. For you right now, you're so fully connected, difficult to disconnect.
Yeah.
But if you could do both,
yeah,
how powerful could that be for you?
I'll be a billionaire sooner.
Exactly. That was just wow. Would you agree with that? Type wow in the comments below if you agree this was just amazing. For me, it was amazing because I saw the power in her voice when she said, I'm going to go win the world. I'm going to be a billionaire. But the most powerful part for me was when she was vulnerable, when she was willing to own herself by first owning her own father and all the qualities that she thought she could not have. Now she can have everything. She can have the yin and she can have the yang, and so can you. So if you are also ready to own the qualities that you probably realized in this video you've disowned in you, there's a free link for you in the description below this video. Click on it quickly and register now. I will personally see you in the Platinum Membership webinar, where we'll talk about how you can also achieve 10 years of success in 1 year. And if you're a celebrity watching this right now, and if you would love to be part of the show, there's an email below. Send us an email. And if you want to be a celebrity, well, the Platinum link is right there. Start your journey to be a celebrity, to be as successful as Parul right now, because you can do anything. And that's why you can live life platinum standards. So click on the link now. I'll see you in the masterclass.